What is up, everybody? Hello, hello. Let me share that we are live. Be with you guys. Do my thing like I do on everyone. Share it out. Be with you guys. All that good stuff. Our live streaming. The watch list for tomorrow. Come and join us. All right, everybody, what is going on? So, gonna build the watch list for tomorrow. I'll start with some stipulations. I'm extremely tired. I did not sleep well last night. I'm cranky. I'm hungry. Good news, I'm gonna go get some pizza shortly. I'm having computer issues and technical glitches. So all these first world problems, right? So we're going to push through here. I don't know how much energy I have, so we'll see what I can give you. I'll do my best. Hopefully I can get through to the end for you guys. But I'm feeling beat up too. My body, my forearms, my back, everything. I feel like a 80-year-old man. I'm not even 40 years old yet. That's what we do for you guys with the Bullish Bears team. What the heck is here? I got to ring at my doorbell, and that is the delivery person. So that actually makes me feel better. Because usually when I get a ring at my doorbell, that means something's being delivered, which is usually clothes. So that makes me feel better. So I'm all better now. All right, cool. All right, so I feel better. I got some clothes deliveries now. See that? Simple things in life. All right, so let's take a look. The market, yes. Finally doing something, holding its highs, breaking out of this crazy looking handle on the cup and handle. Next up, you've got 2790-ish area resistance right up in here. So we shall see what it does. Man, now I don't know if I'm cold or hot. Guys, I'm sorry. I am way off today. I'm cold. I'm hot. I got one of these new Dyson fans that has like a remote, so I gotta turn down the temperature of it. So, all right. So now that I get all my my witching and moaning out of the way, let's get into the watch list for tomorrow. Now my dang mouse isn't working. Here we go. All right. So the market's holding its highs. That's a good sign. Finally, let's see what we can do with this here. See if it continues to move up over here. You got the 2790-ish area to 2808. Some resistance up in there. Like to see that. Look at our alerts. 100% triggered today. Some are better than others, but they all triggered. That's some good stuff, right? And let's see what we can do about building the watch list for tomorrow. All right, so AXON, that had a big jump up today. You can see just these trade ideas ones, hits trade ideas, pops right up. Many of times after a big day, it might have a continuation day. As you can see right here, there's the gap right over at that 525. You can see right here, there was this gap right here. Now let's go look at where price is in relation to that gap. Still hasn't filled it. So there's some potential for it to continue. So let's look for a possible continuation day. You can see a cup and a handle. Watch again for potential continuation. So let's put on this one. Create alert. All right, so price is in the gap. Watch for potential continuation and gap fill around 525-ish. Right here. So it's in this gap, 520. What is this right here? Right around the 525-ish. So watch for potential continuation. Jarrell, awesome. Great to hear. Thank you. We love it. We love when people sign up. I also know I am extra cranky too today. You know, when you get this 40-year-old age, you can't eat as much as you want. I am a massive carb fan. I love eating carbs. And, like, I don't, like, eliminate them completely from my diet, but even trying to go one day I eat a salad, no carbs, I want to kill somebody. I had to do that Candida diet for 3 months at one time. That's no yeast, no sugar, and no dairy. That's the most miserable 3 months of my entire life. You'd think that it'd make me feel better, but it didn't. I didn't feel great at all. It was horrible. So then, flash forward a while later, went and saw another allergist doctor, and they wanted me to try that Candida diet again. I said, there's no way I can make it 3 months again. I made it about 3 weeks, and that was torturous. Now I can't even go a day without eating carbs. So I eat a salad, and I feel like I could eat a pizza afterwards. So now that's why I'm all frustrated and angry too. So I'm not sleeping. I want pizza. I'm going to get pizza in a bit, but now I'm hungry. I had a salad for lunch. Now I want to eat a pizza now. It's food, man. It's an addiction. All right, so there we go. That is AXON, ANW. All right, look at this mess of a chart. For those that are, if Barry's listening and he's playing the drinking game every time I say garbage, then here you go. This is a garbage stock. So I guess Barry has a drinking game of anytime I say garbage, he takes a shot or a drink. Garbage, huh? But look, price may be reversing. Maybe, you know, you can see this gap right here, that 280 down to this area. Watch for some volatility. You can see some support down here at the 70-cent range. Maybe trying to reverse. It's up in this gap, and you can see there's some resistance up around that 173 range. So what do I want to say here? Let's put alert at or above 119. So possible reversal on the daily. What price in gap with resistance around 173-ish. All right. So you look over here, some resistance right around there, or 170. Yeah, it's right around 173, right? So it's in gap. Watch for continuation. Watch if price can get above that 173 resistance area. Oversold. Buyers might be coming in. Awesome, Charles. Great job. You went green for the first time today. Real money, $29, by the way. Awesome to hear. Love to hear it. That is fantastic. Keep telling me good news. It'll hype me up. I'm getting out of my bad mood. The only problem is I need a jacket. Hold on a second. This might not be as fashion conscious, but I got to put a jacket on. I don't have my hoodie, so put my jacket on so I get my air. I got the heat. I am cranky right now. So anyways, that's great to hear. Love to hear it. Man, there's so many things I want to tell you guys, but then I'll start rambling as well. So awesome job, Charles. Let me try to focus on the watch list here. All wins add up. Very, very important. Small gains, super important. If you're new, again, you always just practice in a virtual account. Here's the best advice I can tell you. Everything is support and resistance and patterns. Technical indicators do not matter if you don't know support and resistance first. Technical indicators are a guide. Candlesticks form patterns. Those patterns form important support and resistance levels. If you do not know patterns in candlesticks, you have zero business trading. You will blow up your account and you will lose all your money until you learn candlesticks. I will say it over and over and over again, right? Learn candlesticks. They form patterns, support, and resistance. If you're new, do not trade with real money. You open a virtual account. You practice learning support and resistance. If you don't know what that is, take our free courses on our website. That'll keep you busy for the next few months. Come in, you practice in our trading rooms with a virtual account, not with real money. Once you receive a 60 to 65% win ratio on your trades, then you start trading with real money, starting with small positions first and scaling your way up using the same ratio, 60 to 65% win ratio. Limit your losses and have proper risk management. I just gave you lots of gold of information there. I just spewed it out very quickly, but you'll hear me say that over and over and over again. And if you really take it to heart and do that, that's how you're going to become a successful trader, not buying because somebody tells you to buy something. Again, when you see our alerts go off, do not trade them and buy them blindly. You have to find a proper setup. I explained that over and over today for 2 hours in our trade room. Again, sign up. We're actually doing YouTube lives for free for people. We're giving everything away. The information that you're getting in these streams is, I guess I'll toot our own horn here. You're not going to find it elsewhere, especially not for $10 a month. We're telling you it all. Don't, again, look here. Watch this today. Hour and 45 minutes of explaining how to trade our alerts, showing you 3 of our alerts went off between 50 to 60 cents a day. We love trade ideas, but if you're new, you don't want to trade something on trade ideas that goes parabolic if you don't know how to trade these patterns. You have to know how to trade these patterns first. Our watch lists are the best way to really learn about these patterns because everybody's distracted by trade ideas in the morning. And meanwhile, our watch alerts take off from anywhere, you know, a couple of them will go 10, 15 cents. Then you'll get some that go up 30, 40, 50 cents. And meanwhile, and then you have some duds too. Some that do like nothing. They kind of don't do anything, right? So, but the point being is, you know, chat rooms everywhere pumping up, talking about all these stocks that are going parabolic. Meanwhile, you're a newbie. You probably, many of you guys, you know, that are newbies don't even know what a hotkey is, right? So that's where, again, no insult to you guys by whatsoever, but we're trying to teach you guys the right ways. And if you look and see these patterns on the watch list, you can start practicing with using our watch list, then start trading things like parabolic movers and using hotkeys on trade ideas once you're comfortable. All right, so I just went on a tangent. Kyle, let me see, BA. I haven't gotten the BA yet. Let me see. A and W. Let me look at BA. Aha. Oh, you have a... Man, Kyle, you got to show up more often, buddy. I usually don't do our swing trade watch list up as high as that, but man, that's a beautiful one. Hey, you know what? Keep posting ticker symbols. I might throw that one on there. That's a nice cup and handle. I'm going to throw that on there. What else you guys got? Save me some time for doing the swing trade watch list. I haven't gotten to the swing one yet. So, yeah, I'll chart that one out in a bit. Like it. Cup, right there. Cup or ascending triangle. Let's see. It's kind of a... Can I connect my... you can kind of connect kind of like that. A little bit, kind of like that. But anyways, higher lows. Maybe getting ready for a break above that 371.60. That's looking really nice. Love it. Cup and handle. Yep. All right. Hey, anybody else listen? If you want to save me some work from doing the swing trade watches tomorrow, post some symbols and I'll look them up. All right. Nah, I don't like it. Can. There we go. Garbage. Here you go. Barry, if you're listening, garbage stock. It is a pump and dump marijuana stock, but guess what? It looks like marijuana stocks are getting pumped. So let's throw this pump piece of garbage on here because it pumps and then it dumps. Look. Pumps up, dumps, pumps up, dumps, pumps up, dumps. Probably going to pump up and then it's going to dump. But you can make good money with it. Right here. Let's see that? Pump and dump, pump and dump. Look at this stock. Garbage. Look at it. Up to 64 bucks. Bunch of bag holders over here crying, losing their life savings because everybody told them to buy pot stocks and they're going to be rich. And meanwhile, 5 years later, they're holding a garbage pot stock that's done nothing and they're screwed. That's why if you're a newbie, got to know charts and patterns. Don't listen to hype. Charts, pattern, support, resistance. Over and over and over. So let's take a look at this one right here. Can. Holding its highs. Want to see it continue above that 414. I mean, it's kind of... let's see. Can I see? Kind of an inverse head and shoulders. A left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. And the neckline kind of just, it kind of goes up, right? So it's kind of, what is this, 560s. So then you have $5 resistance as well. Oh, right here. That's a way to connect. Sometimes these pump and they're hard to get support and resistance. So, all right. And you can see there's resistance in here in these channels as well. It's just, again, this is not a stock I would hold long term. Happens to all of us, Kyle. Happens to everybody. Wait till you hear our story someday. Oh, man, I got so many stories to tell you guys. Let me see. What is this? Pot stock. Watch for pump with resistance. Between $5.50 to $6. Watch for potential pump with resistance between $5.50 to $6. There we go. Can, CANN. So yeah, everybody loses. Best traders in the world lose. I almost lost my life savings several times, and I think the only reason why I didn't, well, first of all, it's complete luck, and second of all, it's because I think I needed the money to create bullish bears, because there would have been no bullish bears if what happened should have happened to me. I should have lost my life savings I think about close to 3 times. 2 major ones. Tell you guys those stories down the road. That'd be a good story for you guys. I was even telling David about those today. Oh, speaking of which, guys, quick sidebar, because there's always sidebars. We have a secondary YouTube channel now. Bullish Bears Team. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We just opened it. Again, it's a secondary channel. We're going to have some team members do it. David's been doing some pre-markets. So make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, because he's been doing some stuff pre-market before I go on. And just really great stuff. So David's just kind of another team, community member that's just kind of growing along with us, wants to give back, help you guys. And so you might see more of him moving forward, maybe Rose, other people. So it's kind of a secondary channel. Make sure you just click the notification bell, subscribe. Bullish Bears Team. We'll be doing most of our stuff on our primary channel, but we're going to kind of grow this out and just another place for those that want to give back and help out community members. We always try to do our best to add some value for you guys. And David's been doing really well. He's learning along with, again, everybody, right? you know, we're just a community where, you know, as we learn, we teach you, we give you back, we give back. And then community members that want to be part of it and want to give back, hey, there's opportunities. And David has a heart for wanting to give back, so keep an eye on him. All right, so right here, see again, pump and dump, garbage stock, trading sideways, breaks out. Now you got to watch if there's a potential continuation day. Pattern sucks on it. I mean, it's just, you know, but, you know, if it can get above that $3 marker, and I would say probably I mean, right anywhere, right in between here in this 200 SMA. Again, sometimes these just go and they have no rhyme or reason, right? They just pump and they dump. So sometimes it's harder to get support and resistance. So, you know, this one may have a continuation day. You can see this one pumped up from $1 up to $4 before it dumped. So at this point, let's take a look at 287. Let's see. So pump and dump. Watch for potential continuation day. Resistance at 200 SMA, 376-ish. HTBX. All right, AXON has been on fire today. Yes, it was. Up 6 G's on Kronos, huh? Is Kronos it's your ONOS? Oh, Kron? I think that's Kron. There you go. I think I had that one on the watch list the other day, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. There you go. It's right at the top of the channel. Watch for a potential breakout. These pot stocks might be running again. Let's see. Yep, looks like the pot stocks are hitting the list again. Here we go. Newbies, pay very close attention. Do not listen to the hype of everybody that tells you to hold these on. Hold them forever. You buy at support, you sell at resistance. Buy the rumor, sell the news. If everybody's pumping up pot stocks, you buy and you trade these and you sell at levels. Again, buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor, you're buying up here, they're selling up here, dropping it back down. Wait a second, I thought pot stocks are going to be the best forever. Shouldn't they keep going up forever? Well, no, traders take their profits, right? Got to find these areas. If you take something like this, this might be a kind of a triple bottom breakout. 1, 2, 3. Look right here. See if it can break out above $8. And then it gets messy in here. So again, you know, you can make money on these pot stocks. I'm not saying don't trade them, but make sure you trade them and take your profits. Good call on Kron. Hey, you guys are carrying me today, man. I'm tired, and you guys are giving me some good stuff to take a look at. So if you guys want to give me the watch list, I'll just put them on. Oh, what is this? So I think it's a pot stock, right? Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to not be again, it's fine if you're not a day trader, but again, with buying these, you still want to buy at support and sell at resistance levels, right? So for instance, you know, if you're swing trading something like this, if you bought here at $7 and it goes up to $10 or $12, are you going to give up that $3 to $5 in profits? Or are you going to take the profits, watch for another pullback for re-entry, and then continue? If you get a great entry at a support level, you could hold it along the way, or you can trade it, swing trade it, get it out, you know, if you're a newbie, and, you know, take your profits. Awesome, Mr. T.O., love it. Kronos, just confirm me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I guess it is. It looks like it's pot stock, right? Just confirm. I'm going to put pot stock. I think it is. So just tell me if I'm wrong. Pot stock. Watch for potential pump over $8 with resistance between $10 to $12. Yen 9. I mean, it's just, you know, there's resistance all through it. Oh, that's you got a great price. So, yeah, if you got it at 53 cents, you're able to hold. You know, if you bought at 53 cents, yeah, you can hold. Or you could also take profits up here, buy more down here, sell more up here, buy more down here, sell more up here, buy more down in these areas, sell more. Buying at supports, selling at resistance, right? So, again, nothing wrong with your plan. You got a great entry, so you're able to hold. But at the same time, you could sell up here and make your money, wait for it to find a base, and buy more, right? By finding these patterns. Again, that's all a matter of people's preferences. And I keep talking, and I'm getting behind today. The quicker I get this done, the quicker I can go and get pizza. But then I see stuff, and I want to try to help you guys, and then I end up talking forever. Cron. There we go. Put that one on the watch list. Boom. Cron. Let's see. HTBX. I already put that one on. IDT. What's up, Todd? That one had a big day today. No, I don't know if I want to put that one on. You want to ideally try to catch these before they start breaking out. So a lot of times they'll break out and they'll have a continuation day. But then sometimes they have that breakout and you don't know if it's just going to kind of dump the next day or continue. Okay, so here we go. ACBFF. There you go. Canadian pot stock holding its highs like a cron. Right there, holding its highs. Is it going to pump up again? Kind of have these resistance levels. I have to tell you guys, I have to, if you're new listening to this, because I know chat rooms and pumping services and newsletters are telling you, Canada legalization, buy pot stocks, you're going to be rich. Watch this video. You know, it was, you know, this stock was 10 cents and it went up to $3 in the past. So put your life savings in this now, because ACBF is going to be the, again, this may be a good, I know ACBF is, I think, supposed to be one of the better ones in Canada. I'm not a fundamental trader. I'm a technical trader. But what I can tell you is buy at support, sell at resistance, take your profits. If you want to hold longer term, you need to buy at support. You don't, as a newbie, look at this when everybody is telling you buy Canadian pot stocks, buy ACBFF, and look. Newbies are getting trapped up here because everybody's telling them to buy. And meanwhile, the pros and the ones that are pumping it, they're pumping it down here. They're pumping it down here. They're taking profits. They sucker all you newbies up here, and then you're bag holding at $12, and then you're panicking when it drops down to $6. You lose half of your money, and then the pros come back in and they pump it back up again. They sell again. They trap you, and look at this. What do you do if you're a newbie? If you're trapped at $12, you're holding that thing for, you know, 6-7 months now, or 6 months. That's why we advocate buy at support, sell at resistance, take your profits, look for re-entries. Over and over and over again. But you can make good money trading these stocks. Very good volatility. And I don't know, nobody knows what ACBFF is going to do down the road. That's great. If it's a great Canadian pot stock, nobody knows yet. You got to trade these patterns, see what it's going to do long term. We'll give a perfect example of that in a moment. I will show you something else. So, Canadian pot stock. Watch for potential pump with resistance between 8 to 9 ish. ACBFF. So, perfect example, right? I'm going to show you guys something here. Bitcoin. Jeez, what was the BT? What the heck? Man, I haven't looked at that. What is the ETF for Bitcoin? /BTC? Bitcoin futures, right? Bitcoin. There you go. Bitcoin's the wave of the future. It's going to be the best thing ever. Put all your money in Bitcoin. Cash out your 401ks. Buy, 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 buy. The wave of the future. And look at this. Descending triangle. I haven't pulled up Bitcoin chart in a while. Look at this. This has been a chart just been sitting here. What do you see here? Descending triangle. Here's a base. Newbies, buy, 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 buy. Get suckered up here. Give your life savings. We'll take your 20,000. Professionals are selling all the way down. What do? Down here, pump it back up again. Here you go. Trap the newbies again. Newbies trapped up here. Professionals sold. Come back down here. They buy again. They pump it up. What do? They sell it. Trap you newbies. Meanwhile, you're crying, losing your life savings up here. Meanwhile, what do at the end? Give you hope again. Let's buy it back up. Buy, 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 buy. Bitcoin's wave of the future. What do? Trap you up here. Sold, sold. Back down here. Wash, rinse, repeat. Don't be surprised if they start bumping it up down in this area again. Why? Because it's support and resistance. Why? Because there's patterns. Why? When people tell you Bitcoin doesn't follow the charts, that's a bunch of crap. Bitcoin, like every other thing on the planet, does follow the charts because the people that have the money look at support and resistance. They know patterns. They know exactly what to do to trap you and make money. This is the game. This is trading. Look. Bitcoin follows a chart just like everything else on the planet. You buy at support, you sell at resistance. You buy at support, you sell at resistance. Newbies, watch closely. Resistance, 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 resistance. This is where you are going to get trapped by all the professionals. The professionals are buying down here, and they're pumping it up to here. They're pumping it up to here, and they're suckering you in. That is what ticks me off, and that's why I get very mad, because that is the game. And meanwhile, people that are getting suckered in are losing their entire life savings. Pot stocks, no different. You know, same thing. Some of them will be better long term, some of the bigger ones, but these small cap stocks, they haven't proven themselves. So just because someone says they're going up, do your research, buy at support, sell at resistance. There's my rant. Hopefully that helped you. Tesla, cool. I'll take a look at Tesla. TSLA. Possibly. It's right below that 200 SMA. Not sure how I feel as much about this one right now. I'm not loving the pattern right now. I'm not saying it won't go up. It does have some room if it could break above the 200 SMA. I'll come back to that one. Let me try to finish... get through this day trade watch list. And here we go. Kush Bottles. That is another pot stock. Right up here. Some resistance. Let's see. Kind of a cup and almost handle-ish. Messy. The pattern's not great. Has some room to run. You know, 750 to 850 range for resistance. Let me see here. Pot stock. Watch for possible pump with resistance between 750 to 850-ish. I just fired myself all up again. This is the game, guys. I know it. I see it. I almost lost my entire life savings on pot stocks. That's why I am super adamant. When I first kind of got started with Bullish Bears, when we just were new, just kind of learning everything, when we were just didn't know what the heck was going on, I put almost my entire life savings my 401k, everything into pot stocks before the election. Everybody told me, right? Pot stocks are going to be absolutely incredible before the election. I bought. Luckily, I made money on it. But what happened after the election? California, all the states got legalized, right? So what happened? Why did everything dump after the election? Why did these stocks go all the way up? Let's pull up Kush bottles. Let's go back. Or let's go to... let's pull up a can, right? Can, a pot stock. Here we go. It went... So again, it took off a little bit later, right? So it went up to the election, right? And then it dumped, and then it pumped again, and now look. You guys see this? They pump it up to the election. Shortly after the election, they dump it all off down here. Newbies are trapped up here. Another major pump. Now they get you in here for a mega epic pump, and then what do? Trapped up here and dump you all the way down. Pump up and down. Gold, too. About a couple years. Angel in the Zone. Don't forget gold. Oh, that's a whole other one. A little bit less of a pump and dump than Bitcoin and Angel. Oh, that's a funny one. Angel lost a bunch due to somebody pumping gold in our group in the past. That's why you never listen to pumpers. Never listen to pumpers. Support and resistance. So Todd, I've been doing it for about 2 years. I am more naturally a swing trader. And then you say, well, why are you running a day trading room? Well, as we continue to grow, Tim and Dan still do jobs there. Dan is Tim's more of a very long-term trader. No, what did I say? Tim is the long-term trader. Dan is really good. He's a jack of all trades. He's really good with the day trading. I'm more of a swing trader and kind of a slower down day trader when I do it a 5-minute chart. Again, no matter what you do, it still all boils down to support and resistance. Support and resistance on the daily, weekly, monthly, and then intraday charts if you're doing day trading, right? It all comes down to patterns. Very, very important. All right, let me get through this here. This is an interesting one. Falling wedge, maybe trying to break out a little bit. It's a bit overextended. It's holding high. This is such a... It's just messy for me. Very overextended, so it concerns me, but it can still break out and pump. Got to keep an eye on it. You're welcome, Todd. That one broke out. LXRP. Let me see. So ETM. Now, oversold. Buyers might be coming in. Closing above the 9. Has some room to between 720s to 750 range. Let me look at the hourly. I'm not really feeling that one. Let me see. All right, looks like this is a 5-cent spread stock. You can see it moves in 5-cent increments. Not going to put that on. I don't like those. IMLFF, I believe that's a pot stock as well. Yep. Don't like the chart. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, I don't love it. Nope. A bit overextended. I like how it's holding its high, CCJ, but it's a bit, it's broaching overextended. Let me see if there's a pattern. a little bit messy. I don't like it. So this one kind of bull flag, pull back. You got this high wave candle. Can continue up. It's a bit messier up in here, so I'm not sure if I really like that one as well. No. MNK. No. Here, this piece of garbage. Here we go. I don't know if it's a piece of garbage. This has been just been going crazy lately. But this one, now you gotta... This has been getting all messy. So here, got to find your patterns. Draw your trend lines. I'm connecting these peaks right here. Now, over here, you know, it's a little trickier. I can get maybe a couple points here, maybe a couple here, right? It's a little bit choppy in here. It's going to get messy. There'll be volatility, but you want to see this thing break out. Now, look at this. It's just... very messy, so I don't even want to put that on. It can go, but it can just trade around this triangle, which gets messy. Look at this. Inside these triangles, it gets wacky and messy. Can it break out? Absolutely, but look, trend lines, support and resistance levels. It needs to break out of the resistance levels. Ah, no. INSY, that is a pot stock. So I mean, here's a perfect example. All right, was that $46 at one point, down to $5. You know, timber. There you go. What do you do, newbie, if you got trapped up here and put, you know, a bunch of your life savings in here, and now you're staring at this thing from July of 2015, flash forward to July of 2018, 3 years later, in your bag holding. All right? That's why you buy at support and you sell at resistance, and you don't listen to hype. Yeah, it's a little bit overextended for me. This one right here, so let me see. This was a little bit overextended as well. Let me clear the drawings. So this one broke out. Now I can see it's overextended. Has some support right here. It's kind of breaking out. But very overextended right now, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one either. It's a little bit overextended for me. HBM. Yeah. An AKBA. So this one right here, I can see somewhat of a pattern. I can see somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders, right? A left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and a neckline. There's room to move to the neckline potentially. So that neckline is 1080-ish. This one might be trying to move. I want to try to find these patterns so I can kind of get better support and resistance levels. You can see support down in these areas right over here. It's trading in this channel up in here. A left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, a neckline. That neckline is going to be resistance, 1080, 1011 up to 1080. That's a potential 70-cent move. You know, that's one to keep an eye on. Doesn't mean it's going to go up there, but there's potential for it to move up there. 10 at or above 1011. Inverse head and shoulders on daily. Watch for resistance around 1080-ish. All right, I am done for the daily watch list. Let's go to the swing trade. All you swing traders out there, post some stuff. I'll take a look at it. see if we can find anything decent to look at. We can see BA, BX 2.5% last week, longer PE hold. Let's see, BX. Right at resistance at that 200 SMA. I mean, maybe getting closer. These lots of indecision, a little bit trickier. I personally am more of a, I like to kind of get more of those clearly defined patterns. For me personally, like again, like a BA, right? Here's Boeing. You can see, I can see an ascending triangle. I can see a cup, maybe a handle, might be trying to break out above this top of the cup. So at least I know this 371.60, very, very important resistance level. And if it retests, very, very important support level. So these are the things I'm trying to find these patterns for you guys, make them more clearly identifiable. So this one is definitely one to keep an eye on, 371.56 at or above. Again, don't trade just because an alert goes off. You have to watch what happens intraday. You know, tomorrow morning it might pop up 50 cents and then drop $10, right? If this fails, this is very important resistance. If it breaks above resistance, you want to see that hold. You don't want to see it fail. Very important. What is this? Cup and handle. Watch for a potential break above 371.60 area. BA, there you go. All right, let's see if there's anything good to look at over here. I was potentially intrigued by this until I saw this down over here. Completely dumping aftermarket. So I don't know if I like that now. You can see this one's got some resistance right around that 38 marker. It's a little bit choppy-ish for me. I'm not sure I really like that pattern. Some resistance right around that 43-ish marker. Might be trying to sneak above it, where you can see a little bit poking out right over here, going into the aftermarket. Some resistance around 43.97. So there's some potential. You can kind of see somewhat, you know, maybe a left shoulder ahead, a right shoulder-ish, kind of an inverse head and shoulders. Extend the neckline, and then the neckline can keep extending up. You can see a 9 and 20 potential crossover, so this may be trying to reverse. So Harley Davidson, let's take a look and see if there's high open interest. There's a decent bid-ask spread, so that's something that I would put on a watch for you guys. HOG, H-O-G, Harley Davidson. All right, so that would be between 44 to 40... $4.50, $44. Let's see if we can get above 44. Let's see this. 42.94. All right, so moving average lines crossing. Watch for potential continuation with resistance around $44. So it's got, you know, again, potential. No one knows what this is going to do. you have to look at support, resistance, and patterns. It's got the potential to move up to $44. It's got a potential dollar or so move, you know, before it hits some good resistance, and it can potentially continue further. So that's, again, one to keep an eye on. EMN. Aha. Inverse head and shoulders-ish, kind of. So this one's got a left shoulder that's a little bit lower than the head. But now you can kind of draw your triangles. So price is in this triangle. Might be trying to break out. Some resistance right over in here. In here. I am not the best with kind of these symmetrical-ish triangle patterns. I get tripped up by these a lot. So I get hesitant putting these on the watch list because it's not really my... I like kind of something that looks like an inverse head and shoulders, but when it's right near, you know, the triangular kind of pattern, I'm not really the greatest with those. That's not really my forte. So, but it's something. Let me see. Yeah, and I don't really like the spreads on it. So I was considering putting it on, but then when I see the spreads, I didn't like them. They weren't, you know, ideally you want to see a tight bid-ask spread, at least 15 cents or lower. Possibly up to 20, but that had about 40 cents or so more, so I don't like seeing those. Guild. Now Guild is right, it just filled this gap. It's holding its highs. It bull flagged, might be moving up. If it can break above this 72 marker, it's got some potential room to move. Let's see, draw the so it has some potential room to run. You can see this is the base of a descending triangle. It's at the base of it now, so it might be trying to break above it. It can kind of go either way. You can see that descending triangle. I don't know what you want to call that. Cup pattern. Might be trying to go up. Lots of resistance. It could move. That's one of those ones that I go kind of iffy on, and I'm just like, if I got to overthink it, I don't even want to look at it right now. But it is holding its highs. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put it on. Another one's got some resistance right in these areas here. Don't really like that pattern. You see I'm connecting these trend lines, right? Kind of connecting these levels. Now again, you have price kind of in the middle of a triangle like this. Gets a little trickier, right? You know, you can see support and resistance levels. Trading right in the center here can get a little bit messy. Again, my forte is not trading in these middle of these triangles right there. They trip me up a lot. They can be very messy and they can go up and down and bounce around for a while. I don't particularly like them. All right, so here you'll see I zoom between the daily and the hourly chart. Sometimes if I can't draw my trend lines and stuff on the daily, I zoom into the hourly. It gets it a little bit cleaner for me. And you'll see I'm kind of connecting these peaks. Now over here, so now it may be trying to break out of this upper trend line right here. Now I want to see, okay, now it's got this triangle pattern, but now over here I might go to the daily and see, okay, yeah, it's kind of breaking out, which is good. It has some room, but then you do have lots of this resistance over here, and it's kind of slanting downwards. So you have a double bottom. It did break out over here, right? So I like this potential setup, but what I'm not a fan of is just, I'm not great with these. Dan is much better with these triangles, these symmetrical triangle sides. I'm just not great with them. And again, don't do something if you're not comfortable with it, you know? And I'm not comfortable with those triangles, so they can be really tricky, especially if you're doing options. They could really trap you. No, don't like it. All right, so this one might be intriguing because you can see a double bottom. A bottom here, and then you can see, let's do this. Some resistance right up here, right? You see a bottom here, moving average lines crossing. It's got some room to run up to here to some major resistance. Again, there'll be other resistance along the way as well, right? It needs to break above this kind of area over here, that 91.34. So now let's see if there's anything decent. All right, so you have some higher open interest, a 15-cent spread here. You have a 20-cent here, 20-cent here. Borderline. It's one to keep an eye on and look to see what happens tomorrow. High open interest. 15 cents, not bad of a spread. 20 cents, a little borderline. Got to see what happens at open. So now it's something, again, I have a pattern. A double bottom. There's room to run. There's high open interest. And right on the borderline with the bid-ask spread. So that's going to make me say, okay, I'm willing to watch this one. So what did I say here? Double bottom pattern on daily. Watch for potential continuation with resistance, with major resistance around 95-ish. Double bottom, bottom here, moving average lines crossing, room to run, 95-ish area, 95.40s up here. So there's room to run, obviously resistance in between, but it's got room, right? DRI. All right, so let's see if there's any other good ones. CMA, nope. Again, just to show you guys, these are ones I'm just not good with. I'm not good with these triangles, right? So you kind of draw your trend lines right here, and you can see, you know, I got my trend line. I can see it in here. Then you zoom in, and there's other patterns, right? Here's a double bottom. It can move up to here. Again, I'm not, it's just not how my brain works. I'm not good. Dan is much better with these types than me, but you can see resistance up here. But again, this could move up to 170, or it also can do this for a while too. So it's one you can keep an eye on, but ideally you want to see it break out and break out of this, you know, upper channel here and continue, right? Just not my strong suit. I'm not really great with those triangles. That's all right. What do I think of this one? Ameriprise, potential reversal. Let's take a look at the hourly. Let me see. I'm not feeling that one. Oh, same one. All right, so this one is potentially an interesting one to look at. So now I have a top right here, right? I have a clearly defined top. And look at this. Higher lows being formed, right? Higher lows. I have a clearly defined top area. What do you see here? An ascending triangle. Ideally, if this thing breaks out, you want to see it break out over 44 and continue. I can see a pattern, right? A trend line, top, pattern. Definitely want to keep an eye on now. Now I'm going to see, okay, is it got any decent options? All right, 2,758, 15-cent spread. Possibly something I would look at. Not much out further. So that's okay. Why is that? That's a, you know, that's interesting. Not much time to expiration over here. They are cheap. So again, so now I'm like, this potentially concerns me. Not a lot of open interest over here, but it's one to watch. Maybe it'll gain some tomorrow or maybe not. It's, again, one to keep an eye on. I'd like to see more open interest down over in these areas as well to see some buying. There is a high open interest over here on the put side. I like the pattern. So I'm going to put CBRE for a potential ascending triangle breakout. So 4806 ascending triangle on daily. Watch for potential breakout over 48.44. All right, so that's CBRE. There you go. We got a few to watch on the swing trade watch list. We have some on the daily. And some positive news with the future again. ES futures moving on up. Look for some resistance at 2790 to 2807. If you're new and you have zero clue still what I'm talking about, trading is hard, takes a lot of time to learn. We have thousands of dollars of courses over here on our website. Take them and learn. Learn. This is going to take you months. A few months to learn. Put the time and effort in. You're worth it. If you don't put the time in and effort in, you're going to blow up your account. And that means you're going to lose a lot of money. Just like the majority of traders that don't study and they buy on other people's hype and they don't learn candlesticks and support and resistance. You are going to hear me talk about support and resistance and patterns until you are completely sick and tired of hearing it. And you either say, I'm out, I'm peacing out, I'm leaving, or finally I get it. Thank you for telling me and drilling it in my head. And now I get it. Aha. Because it's all about support and resistance. Day trading doesn't matter. Swing trading doesn't matter. Options doesn't matter. None of that crap matters whatsoever unless you know this. Candlesticks. Support and resistance. So if you're new, very simply, come and join us. Take our courses. Never trade with real money ever whatsoever, ever. Until you practice in a virtual account. We recommend Thinkorswim or Interactive Brokers or whatever one of your choosing. We just like their whatever you call it, their platforms. Make hundreds of practice trades until you're successful with a 60 to 65% win ratio. And then and only then, when you're succeeding 60 to 65% of the time, then you start moving into real money, trading small positions. If you are going to trade normally with 1,000 shares, then you trade with real money with 100 shares. And you get a 60 to 65% win ratio. Then you move to 250. Then you Moved to 750 and then 1,000. Dennis, I'd love to talk more about options. It'll just take way too long to talk about. But right here, we have a free options course over here. And under our members only section, we have a bunch of options videos. I wish I could just give you a short answer on options. It's just there's just so much to talk about. But good news, we have a free options course over here and members only videos over here. So again, if you're saying, well, I don't even know what my ratio is trading. Well, track your trades. Create a spreadsheet, track your trades, get a 60 to 65% win ratio, scale your way up. And it's guys, it's that simple. It's not hard. So literally, trading is simple, but it's extremely hard. The technicals are not the hard part. Learning candlesticks and technicals is not hard. Just like, again, if someone wants to be a doctor, a dentist, an attorney, electrician, or whatever, it's always going to be hard at first because they don't know what they're doing, right? So that's why you go to college and you learn. And then eventually it becomes easier. You start learning, you picking up the skill, right? Now it's going to implement it. That's where your emotions come in. You can learn candlesticks if you learn. Look at thousands of charts. You're not going to learn candlesticks looking at 10 and 20 and 30 and 100 charts. You're going to learn when you look at hundreds and thousands of them, and then it's going to connect. Dennis, I'm not sure would you say a little more about checking options, why and how? So when I put something on, again, the watch list, there's so many different ways to trade options, right? Calls and puts, spreads, iron condors, all that good stuff, right? There's so many different ways. But when I put something on a watch list, to watch it, why is this not pulling up? For crying out loud. I'm looking for high open interest, ideally hundreds, if not 1,000 plus. I'm looking for a tight bid-ask spread, ideally 15 cents or less. And then ideally you want to give yourself enough time to expiration. This is just something, I'm just talking strictly calls or puts. Those are the things I'm looking for. I'm looking for potentially daily breakouts and giving you guys something with potential room to run, tight bid-ask spread, high open interest, and room to expiration. Then you decide if you're going to take a trade. You decide if you're going to buy a call or put, or you're going to decide what type of spread or iron condor, all that kind of good stuff that you're going to do. That's all up to you. And that's a whole other thing where that's where you take our courses, our options course and our members only videos. There's so much. We're going to do so much more with options for you guys as we continue, but we gave you guys a nice basic course and then how to trade some spreads back in here. But there's a lot that goes into options. And that's that right over here. Click subscribe if you're not a member yet. We're $10 a month. If you do not see the value in what we offer, then we're probably not going to be a good fit for you. If I have to basically sell you on the fact of $10 a month, that means you're new and you might be looking and saying $10 a month, there's no value on that. I'd rather pay $150 or $200 somewhere else because people that charge more give more value. And that's when I would say go pay them $150, $200 a month, and I would make a good bet that at some point you'll end up in our community. And you'll say, right? So go pay someone $150, $200 a month and pay 10 with us and compare us, or go pay somebody $150, $200 a month, don't pay us, and then some point, more than likely, you'll end up back. It's just because you'll see the value of what you get for what we're giving for $10 a month is absolutely incredible, and we can't give any more away than we are currently giving. And that's what I got. Awesome, Dennis. Glad that helped. You guys have a wonderful day. And I'm going to eat pizza and then probably ice cream because I am super hungry. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.